So Omarion says that his 3 years of celibacy has made him telepathic. This is something that I think we should definitely pay attention to. And I somewhat agree with this. I do believe that when you take away certain temptations, that it does give you some type of superpowers. I mean, didn't Christ do this? This was one of the temptations that it says with Christ that he had to get rid of the sexual temptation when he was meditating and fasting in the desert. I think that there's definitely a lot of truth to this. That there is a possibility that Omarion has now been able to be telepathic through celibacy. And I just want to say this too, that some of these women out here that try to talk trash, like when you speak on these topics or speak about the things that happens in society and dating culture, that they'll say, oh, you're an incel, or oh, look at this incels, you know, and it's just like, why does everybody have to be labeled an incel just because they don't agree with what y'all are doing? Maybe sex is definitely important. I've heard others say that sex is the glue that holds a relationship together. I definitely agree with that, and I believe that because I have experienced that. If the sex ain't really happening no more, chances are the relationship is on the downhill. Hopefully, I'm providing value for you guys in this video, so if you can like and subscribe, check it out. I'm going to drop some jewels right here that I haven't heard many say. But I would say minimum, if you in a relationship, especially where y'all live together, if you don't live together, then that's different. But if you guys are in the same place, staying in the same space, I would say you got to be having sex at least 2 to 3 times a week, at least, minimum. And if you're not, anything below that could be a red flag. I like this part right here. Let me see if I can pull this up right here. He says, he talks about how he searched for strength and self-control. He claims to have learned actual telepathy and that soul ties are a real connection with women on the physical tip. I do believe that, because haven't y'all noticed that some of the women that you've been with, I mean, as long as it was a decent relationship, I guess, but when you think of them, they text you or they call you, you know, things like that happen. There's other things that happen too, but like those are some of the things that I've noticed, and I'm sure that a lot of other people have noticed, that it's like when you think of them, all of a sudden it's like they're thinking of you too at the same time. That's happened to me a few times with more than one woman. He goes on to say, I think that that's when I was being introduced to a form of telepathy, feeling closer to someone even when they're away. I just had the power to say no to anything, like, yo, if I don't want to do something, I could stop today. And I think that that's the power of discipline.
I read somewhere that you are practicing celibacy.
I was.
You was?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Make that point clear, Omarion, that you was. I was practicing celibacy.
Okay.
I was.
How long did you practice it?
3 years.
3 years?
Yes. It was very weird at the time, you know, because I was a young man, and I was really at that time, you know, spiritually searching for strength and personal control over myself and my body. And I did it for 3 years. Now I look at it back, I'll be like, sheesh. Because I love women. I love women. And all the splendor. Friendship, best friend, lover, all that. You know what I mean?
So what did you discover within those 3 years? What did you find? What did you find out about yourself?
Great question.
Within that journey.
Great question.
I think that soul ties are real, you know, real connection with women, you know, on the physical tip. Like, I think that that's when I was like being introduced to like a form of telepathy, you know what I mean? Feeling closer to someone even when they're away. And also too that I just had the power to say no to anything.
That's
you know
awesome.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yo, if I don't want to do something, I could stop today. And I think that that's the power of discipline really churns your life into, just another level.
Yeah.
So I think more than anything that I was just really just practicing discipline of self. And it really served its purpose because I'm like, I always say I'm like one of the few guys that I could turn my discipline on and off.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a cheat code, for certain things that where I have like maybe an acting role or like I really know how to focus and commit to something.
Yeah.
Because of that discipline.
That's dope, man. That's brilliant. Good for him. As he should. You see, that's just what I want to say real quick, man. Is that people that try to talk trash about sex, it's all good, man. I mean, it's all to the good. Sex is definitely important. Sex is definitely powerful. No doubt about it. It's the connection. But I gotta say, man, stop hating on incels too. Let them be incels. In some countries, it's actually frowned upon if you have frivolous sex. You see, American culture is like, yo, everybody want to have sex, but ain't nobody really having it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's watching porn and spending money on OnlyFans, but people ain't really engaging with one another anyways. So let's talk about that. Or we could bring that up in another subject. But I just will say this though, that yes, it's definitely important, but I'm also not mad at those that practice celibacy as well. And I knew some people that actually were practicing celibacy, and that's cool. That's cool, man. You finding yourself. You don't have to always be with somebody else. It's definitely nice. It's also good to be able to find yourself too, though, and focus on you. So when these women, especially women, are the ones that say that word, I don't really hear men say that word. But when women say that word, oh, this incel, or I just be looking at what people be saying when they talking trash to each other, and I hear a woman, like, when she gets mad at a man, it'll either be about money, age, or that he's an incel. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those three things: age, money, or incel. And it's just like, I understand some of that, but also, who cares if the dude's an incel? Let him find himself first before he gets with the woman anyways. And then look at the powers that Omarion discovered after he practiced celibacy. Now he's telepathic. And I believe that could happen because, like I said earlier, isn't this what Christ did that helped him to be able to walk on water? Was to not have the temptation of a woman. This is in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Not to have the temptation for a woman. I believe in these powers. Telepathic, man. We can communicate with these women mentally with our minds.